Hi, I'm Sandra with the Unhealed Healer, and our topic right now is mental illness and relationships, and when the pain is still close and it's there and it hurts. And before I begin, I just want to make a note that this topic has been very hard for me to think about putting up, especially around the holidays, which is why I waited after the holidays to work on this content. And I am creating this to share with my peers because I know I'm not alone in these feelings, in these dynamics when you have mental illness, when you have drug addiction, and how that affects your relationships, in particular your family, the people who are closest to you. So I don't know if some of you know, but I will share with you. Last year I had a relapse, and from the long-term detox center that I was in at the time, I left on Thanksgiving Day. It was raining. I literally walked the 59th Street Bridge all the way into Queens from Manhattan. I had no idea where I was going. I had no means as far as phone, money, nothing. And I was cold, um, not afraid, because I definitely had this sense of like, I'm safe. And that comes from all my meditations, I have to say, my yoga work, because underneath everything that I experience, because of all this work I've done with myself, I know that I'm always safe. No matter what is happening, I am in a safe place. And I tell myself that all the time. I am safe. So when I came back, what ended up happening was I called a friend, and then it worked out, and I was able to stay with them, basically crashed on their couch. And that holiday season I ended up spending by myself because I was MIA. I did not want to speak to my family. I was embarrassed and ashamed because there was this understanding that this is it. I was going to work on myself, and I was going to be in this long-term detox center, and it was all going to be positive, and my family was going to support me. But what happened was that they did not support me. I was in that long-term facility, and I was the one that had to be active about reaching out, making the contact, even asking for money, and none of those were provided for me by my family. They did not want to give me money because they were afraid I was going to use it for something that I shouldn't, even though I was in this long-term detox and they do not allow anything in there. But they were just afraid also that I would spend it on cigarettes, which they do allow. They do allow, but they are very strict with when and how you smoke. And but then also just the fact that they really didn't reach out or attempt to reach out, which that left me in a place of loneliness because I didn't feel like my family was there for me, or I just didn't feel like anybody of significance was there for me. So when I left, I did try and call my sister the day before, but there really wasn't any response, or she didn't answer the phone. And then the next day it was just sort of like whatever I was feeling at that time escalated, and then I left. And when you leave, you really leave with nothing, especially if you're just leaving without doing a proper exit, which is obviously reporting it and filling out documents and this type of thing. So, because I was considered MIA, missing in action, when my family finally started to try to find me, they called 911, and it led to an arrest and also a psych evaluation where they were possibly going to leave me in a psych ward. But what ended up happening, and I've made a video about this, like when anything has to do with mental illness or drug related or anything like this, that doesn't really involve like domestic violence or anything that's violent, the number to call is 988, right? I think dealing with suicide as well, which suicide can be violent depending on the situation, but usually if it's non-violent, it's just a mental illness situation that you're aware of, you can dial 988. So the arrest made me feel even more isolated from my family, and my family felt more isolated from me. I could tell that they were uncomfortable, and I was uncomfortable. So there was this lack of communication and understanding of how do we communicate. And my son completely stopped communicating with me. He wasn't answering he still isn't answering my phone calls or speaking to me in any way, shape, or form. He moved out. He's with my mom now. So there was definite damage there in that relationship. And obviously, so now come to present day, this season of Holly holidays, the situation has changed. I mean, I am in speaking terms with my family, but you can feel the detachment and the insecurity, especially on their part, because they don't know how to speak to me, or they're just, I feel like they feel like they're walking on eggshells around me. And I wish it wouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is because they don't understand my mental illness. They don't understand my chronic drug addiction, or they just don't understand like what I'm experiencing because of the trauma I've faced, which is interesting because my sister, we had the same upbringing. So as far as trauma goes, we experience the same thing, except she handles it different than I do. So obviously there's that separation as well when you share something so traumatic that you would think that people will be closer, but no. Like in my situation, we're almost like cats and dogs. We were always arguing. We never really agreed on much. She has her point of view, I have mine. Like she's an A like apple, and I'm a Z like zebra. That's how far apart we are as far as what we believe in, what we want in our lives, and what we strive for. But obviously, I love her deeply, and she is my sister, and I would never, ever, ever change that love for her that I have, and for my family, for my mother. Um, and so when you talk about how do you get through like mental illness and the dynamics of family relationship, the love has to be there. The love is the foundation. If there's no love there from you in any way, shape, or form, there's only like resentment, anger, and bitterness. You're not gonna be even remotely able to start to heal or even mend what is happening in these dynamics. So love is the foundation that you need to start with. And if that's the case, that there isn't the love there, then you must do internal work. You have to start doing internal work for yourself to understand why the love isn't there. Why aren't you able to find a place of forgiveness for your family and for yourself? And the first part I would say is love has to be the foundation. And so this year, there actually was no invitation at all for any of the holidays, really. I had to find out by calling and asking and finding out what they were doing, but still, there was no open invitation to be with the family on Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's. So I basically spent it all by myself, with actually not with my friend, with my partner. And it was in many ways it was a beautiful experience, my holidays, because I never experienced it in that level of connection. And for me, it means a lot because I've never really not been with my family around the holidays. And so being on my own around the holidays and being with someone who actually wanted to be with me and wanted to share the holidays with me, and sincerely felt this connection for me and sympathized, that meant the world, because that's really when you understand like who is there for you and who is at the same mind waves as you. Maybe, like, for example, my family might not be in a place right now where they understand me enough to want to be around me, like in a long-term type of situation. But when you find somebody who connects with you around that time, let's say, maybe not in the past, but around that time that you're experiencing something like hardship or pain because of family or relationships, or whatever you're going through, there's something so special about that. And in that level, the Course in Miracles speaks to this. You find healing when you are with your brother or your sister, let's say, not technically your brother or sister, but just, another human being. There is healing there. And I felt like there was a lot of healing for me this holiday seasons, because I was able to speak to my mom in particular. And I'll tell you, she was crying. She was bawling her eyes out, and I was bawling my eyes out too. Um, and so I know, I understand. I understand, like, they feel awkward and they're not sure if they are completely comfortable, with me. And I guess I understand that too, to some level. But the point is that when it comes to mental illness and relationships, the problem is not with the family. And actually, it isn't with me either. The problem really resides in lack of communication. And I would say in my dynamics, it's lack of communication. Because I speak to my mother and I feel more connection with her, because she has been more willing to call me constantly, and we talk and we share our feelings, but not so much with the rest of my family. And so that I'm working on. And so I have to say, for this episode, I guess you could call it, we need love as a foundation for anything to work. When it comes to mental illness and relationships, love has to be the foundation. And eliminate, as much as you can, anger, hate, blaming, and complaining. Try and eliminate those factors as much as you can. And one way you do this is replacing it with love, with the love you feel for them. So focus on love and push away, take out the other things. And whatever it takes, like for me, I meditate every morning, I meditate at night. I started doing tapping, EFT. I started doing, what else did I start doing that was new? Oh, I started doing the happy the happy things that I do. I call them happy things. Every day I try and do something that makes me happy, makes me smile. And even if I don't feel it, I still do it. And towards the end of it, I start smiling, I start laughing. So I call those the happy, laughy moments. And I tend to do those on my own, because I might do one with you guys on video, but I tend to do them on my own because I look really silly otherwise to anybody. I would just look like a crazy person. All right, so that's this episode. I hope you guys understand, and please share with me like how you feel about your dynamics and how your holidays were this season, like, and what dynamics are in your family that you find challenging, or maybe you just don't understand what's going on. But there is definitely some level of lack of communication or pain or anything like this. I would love to hear about it. I want you to share with me. Please share with me, because in sharing and communicating and opening up, that's where we understand like we're not alone. And that's really when the healing starts to happen. So I'm Sandra, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys and to share my life with you and to open up and to hear your stories and your life. And let's start this community. All right, guys, I love you. Mwah. Hope your holidays were wonderful. Hope your New Year's starts off with a bang, and I'm sure it has. And I'll see you. I'll see you in the next video.